they come over here, and I chose the word hustle purposely because a lot of times you got to hustle. You are still a foreigner in somebody's country. I consider myself American, but in 1975 when we came, we're definitely an outsider and definitely had a very difficult time. So VQ Hustle, the idea is to bring about entrepreneurs like yourself, hear the story, hear the hustle, hear the grind. Because when I listen to the podcast, man, I hear a lot in there about you having to try to convince yourself when you had your brothers and sisters who aren't risk takers like yourself, and trying to convince them of a vision you had. And I think a lot of the VQs that I have come across in my life have that same kind of a mentality, where they kind of see things that aren't there. And there's a famous saying, or maybe not so famous, but you got to believe it to see it. And so with that, I'm headed over to you and let you start.
Oh man, I don't even know where to start. That's just part of the I guess it's part of life. We got what we're, as a people, I think Vietnamese people are just pretty resilient. Right? It's in our DNA. I didn't develop this mindset. It's kind of passed on to me. My mom is the ultimate hustle, right? Because she doesn't, to use the word hustle for somebody like my mom. I mean, it's just like, it's kind of, I mean, it might not be fitting, but they got crazy work ethic, right? And it's a survival mode, because I'm one of 9. I got 4 older brothers and sisters.
Damn. All right.
Yeah, so exactly 4 brothers and 4 sisters. So I'm blessed to have this kind of safety net ahead of me. But at the same time, we're not dreamers. My brothers, and they're not movers and shakers, right? They didn't have the luxury. They grew up in a time where it's really tough. They didn't have the educations, or they had to sacrifice their time because they're helping out the family, right? We're hustling together. It's a family dynamic. Everybody's pitching in some way, somehow. So for them to afford me the ability to take risk.
Now walk us through your first enterprise. I think I heard in the and also shout out to is it Kenneth?
Yeah.
He does a great job out of it. So shout out to Kenneth. Hopefully we'll talk one day. But you mentioned that your sister was unhappy about her job, and she kind of shared that to you in private at home. And that's what sparked you the idea of building the first business specifically for your sister. Can you walk us through that?
Oh, absolutely. I remember for some reason it was like one of those turning points, right? Early 2012, I believe. I was in construction at the time, and my sister came home. She just moved to America, and she still stayed at my mom's house, and I was at my mom's house. Right, we still we have this big old house out in the suburbs, and my mom built it. Right, it's like, in terms of like, we all worked as the family had a janitorial business. Everybody was working that job after your job, right? It was like we had a janitorial business where we clean offices from like 6 to 9 p.m. every day after school. Since I was 7th grade, I was already working there from the summer of my 7th grade, and I stayed there up until 2012.